Hello. My name is Kallista, and welcome back to Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Are you alright, mate? We've already got this lady who's just standing here. Are you okay? Sir? So, whatever. In the last episode, Naomi arrived at the Citadel Tower for her meeting with the counselors. I don't know who these two people are. Maybe they recognize Naomi. Who's to say? Either way, let's just go. Let's just go. There are too many people here. Hello. What is happening? Oh, hello. Are you okay? Are you alright? See, this is why the Keepers need a union. This one, it's just standing here. It can't function. It needs a coffee break, it needs a vacation, and it doesn't have it. But if you join the Keeper Union, you can have all those things and more. Trust me, Naomi will get you, she will get you sorted.
Ridiculous. The Volus won't be joining the Council for years.
I'm not so sure. The humans are making a strong push, and you can bet the Volus will be right on their coattails if they succeed.
Allowing the humans to join us is a sound strategic move. But the Volus? No. The Hanna are likely to be next, then the Elcor.
You may be right, though the Hanar need to lighten up a bit first.
You just don't like them because you have trouble understanding them.
God, I know I keep saying this, but I feel so badly for the Volus. I feel so badly for them. They've been here for thousands of years and nothing. Damn it, it sucks to be them, and it sounds like, or at least how it was explained to me in the comments, it sounds like they may have shot themselves in the foot because they're technically a oh god, I don't know the correct terminology, but I'm gonna say a partner species. Like their government is controlled by the Turian government. So because of that, there's a good chance that they will never join the council. That is.
I'm waiting to speak with one of the councilor's assistants.
Okay.
Commander?
A Rear Admiral. But there are a lot of keepers in this area. Okay.
No, I just want to ask a couple of questions.
I presume you're a quest giver, but you just haven't opened up yet. Okay, I'll be back. Now, before we head into the meeting, anything to say?
What are those cherry trees?
Oh, I mean, they look like it.
I like that fountain. It's very soothing.
It is! This is a really nice area, very swanky.
The hearing's already started. Come on.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon get destroyed.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it the guy on the end, not the Turian or the Asari? I think that must make him the Salarian, the Salarian guy who said that, oh god, what was it? The Turians don't build colonies in dangerous places. Wasn't that him who said that? And now, oh, the evidence of one, or the testimony rather, of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling. I get the feeling the Salarian Counselor is going to piss me off the most. Also, just to play devil's advocate here, they have the testimony of one guy who went through something traumatic and he was hiding behind some boxes. Like, okay, yeah, I can see why they would say that that evidence isn't particularly great. However, you've also kind of just shown your own weakness there. He was one traumatized dock worker from a colony in the middle of nowhere. How does he even know the name Saren? How would he be able to give a decent description of him? How would he know the name Nihilus? Like, this dock worker has no reason to know who Saren is, so the fact that he was able to identify him, surely that tells you that Saren must have been there. Okay, what do we have? Oh, I don't like "that was you, not me," because it sounds very... Or at least how this is written, that sounds very much like a, "No, it wasn't me, it was you who did it." Like, it sounds quite... You shouldn't be... This is a council meeting with, like, 3 of the most important people in the galaxy. Let's not be going tit for tat. Yeah, let's just keep a cool head and, you know, try and expose the flaws in their logic.
The mission to Eden Prime was top secret. The only way you could know about the beacon was if you were there.
With Nihilus gone, his files passed on to me. I read the Eden Prime report. I was unimpressed. But what can you expect from a human?
Dude, no.
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
Ooh, Naomi has been a lot more, she's been a lot more tit for tat than I would have liked. I think perhaps she's picking up on Anderson's energy. Because Anderson is being very much like, oh, Saren's a bitch, so she's kind of feeding off of him. Definitely not this one. Again, he's coming at this from a place of like, oh, humans are demanding and they're aggressive and they don't know how things operate, they don't know patience. Swearing at him is only going to prove his point, so no. Here's the thing, they are protecting him, but he's one of their own. He's one of their top Spectres. Like, of course they were going to protect him. The reason why I'm pausing on "I'll find proof" is because there may not be any proof. Or at least there may not be any proof to which the Council would acknowledge it. Like, we've brought them the dock worker who has no reason to know who Saren is, yet he was able to, you know, describe him, and he knows his name. That's not proof enough. God, I wish I could see how this comes out. Because for all I know, this could come out as quite aggressive. Like I said, she's been a lot more tit for tat than I would have expected. And so, bearing that in mind, I could quite easily see this as being like, oh, y'all are a bunch of assholes and y'all are protecting him. Why don't you ever protect humanity? Which is... I just can't see her saying that. Or it could be something very mild, such as, you know, oh, Saren's using the fact that he's a spectre to excuse his behavior. Like, please, you've got to stop him. Something like that. I don't know. And I can't tell. Bearing that in mind, I think I kind of have to go for this. There will be proof somewhere. There always is.
You can't hide behind the Council forever.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
And again, that was not like anything I would have thought it would be. I'll find proof, and you can't hide behind the Council forever. I'm really enjoying the game so far, but I will admit, the fact that I can't see how Shepard is going to respond exactly, it does take me out of it. A little bit. It does create a disconnect. Again, I just have to go with the idea that Naomi is feeding off of Anderson's energy. Anderson is being very hostile, and he's going, you know, insult for insult, blow for blow. So where Naomi might want to be a little bit more dignified, because Anderson is going blow for blow, and she really looks up to him, that's affecting her behavior. That's how I'm going to rationalize this. This sounds a little bit holier than thou. You won't see the truth. I know the truth. Da-da-da. So again, let's just be classy. Or at least let's try and be classy. How much different can No be? How much different?
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
Again, that was a bit frustrating. That was rather frustrating. Instead of just, no, I have nothing more to say. Oh, I'm not going to waste my breath. Again, she's picking up on Anderson's energy. Anderson is pissed, therefore she's going to be pissed because, you know, she likes him and she's going to back him. So, still, like I said, it does create a bit of a disconnect from how I want to play Naomi and, you know, versus how the game is presenting her. That's... Oh, why can't we just have... Why can't we just have what they're gonna say be the option? Sad times. Yeah, this has come up multiple times. That Anderson and Saren have some sort of history.
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
What's our next step?
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think Naomi would just accept that. The captain has always had her back. She should have his.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Okay, so the wards is not the hospital. Or at least it's a very odd hospital if they've got a club there. Any other leads?
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way, innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience, no hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
Ooh. I don't think Naomi would do that. I don't think she could... I don't think she could kill 1,000 innocents without a second thought. It would... Oh. Yeah, that is rather monstrous.
Killing innocents doesn't end wars. It causes them.
I know how the world works, Commander. Sometimes you're forced to make unpleasant decisions, but only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
Yeah, let's start up here.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
Ooh. Here's the thing, we bother because they are our neighbours, and it behooves us not to be shitty neighbours, especially if those neighbours have military fleets at their disposal. If we piss off everyone, then everyone is going to band together to nuke us out of orbit. That's why we bother. It is in our best interest that we bother. I mean, in a way, the humans are being a bit too independent. They're being a bit too forceful. You know, other species are waiting their turn, and we're kind of blasting ahead with no thought as to how that could affect others.
Maybe they'd let us join the Council if we were more willing to cooperate with the other species.
Of course they would. If we did everything they told us to, they'd love to have us on the Council. But it wouldn't be much of a deal for us. I understand their side. They don't want us dominating the Council. It's founded on cooperation and alliances. But we have to look out for our own interests too.
Yeah, but you can look after your own interests without screwing other people over.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
Ooh.
Guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes, but it looks like his time's run out. We've got enough humans in CSEC now to stop protecting him.
Again. Again, oh, the guy's a scumbag. I guess maybe from Naomi's perspective, it's the idea of he had power. Naomi, she has nothing against people doing illegal stuff. Well, within reason. If you're a serial killer or something along those lines, no, that's fucked up. But if you're doing a bit of smuggling or a bit of drug dealing or something along those lines, a bit of petty theft, like etc., etc. If you're doing that because it's a case of I have nothing and if I don't do this, I will starve. If I don't do this, I will be homeless. And then I'm going to lose my job because I don't have a home, and then I will be in an even worse position. Like, people committing crimes because they have to. Like, yeah, okay, that's understandable, but this guy was a security officer, so, you know, he's getting a paycheck. It may not have been a decent paycheck, and again, it's kind of like the smugglers on Eden Prime. They were dock workers, so they probably weren't being paid very well. And Eden Prime, because it's so beautiful and they've put so much planning into it, you know, maybe the prices there are really high, so they needed to do smuggling in order to supplement their income so that they were earning a livable wage. So perhaps that was the same thing with Harkin, but dock workers don't have very much power. Police officers and, you know, security personnel, they do have power. They do have resources. And if you are using those resources to screw over people in worse places than yourself, yeah, I could see Naomi thinking, you know, in that regard, okay, yeah, that's scumbag behavior. That's scumbag behavior because you're screwing over people who are in need. They're doing crimes because they have to, potentially. If they're doing crimes because they want to, fuck them. But if they're doing crimes because they have to, otherwise their kids are going to starve, and you're making them bribe you to stay safe, like that's a bit fucked. That's a bit fucked, yeah.
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done, like you. They've been watching you for years. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation, but with him gone, things are still up in the air.
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions. Other times, they act on their own. They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are. The latest Alliance estimate puts their numbers under 100. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option before open war. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
And what about if one goes too far?
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue, like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game. And the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics. Doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
Tell me about Barla Vaughn.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius. Doesn't do anything illegal, but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, Spectres. That's probably why the Shadow Broker uses him.
Okay. Okay.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard. I'll be over in the Ambassador's office if you need anything else.
Alrighty then. So we have one main lead of also. Where am I? Where am I? Okay. We're in the actual chambers. Did I see? I did see. Oh. I feel badly for the keepers. Yeah, so we have one main lead of go find this Garrus person. Sir? Sir, what are you doing? What are you doing to the keepers?
That guy's up to something.
Well, yeah, he's...
The one over by the keeper.
The guy we're literally standing behind, Kaiden.
What? Oh, no, I wasn't. Never mind. Yes, is there something you want?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Why are you so interested in the Keepers?
Keepers? I've got no interest in the
Don't get coy. I know what I saw.
I'm not so sure I should be talking to you about this.
Why, though? If you're not doing anything nefarious, why would you not want to be talking about this?
We're just talking. Is there something wrong with that?
No. I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm using a small scanner to gather readings on the Keepers. So far I've had mixed results. I find it difficult to get near the creatures.
I mean, why the lies? Because it's illegal to fuck about with them. We already know that, so I don't think Naomi would need to ask that.
Why were you being so secretive about it, though?
Well, technically we're not supposed to disturb the Keepers. I don't really think my scanning disturbs them, but the authorities might disagree. I'd like to do it more openly, but it's not really worth getting arrested over.
I mean, I was saying we could try and help the Keepers unionize if we scanned them. If we scanned them, maybe we can help them form a union. But that's what I want. I want to help the Keepers form a union. Here's the Keepers are very mysterious. They're intriguing. And if he's been scanning them and they haven't been going haywire... You know, if he was scanning them and then the one in front of us was, like, screaming in pain, then obviously, no, that's fucked up, but... It seems normal. Like, it's not having any kind of adverse reaction, so... Go on.
I can help you out. I'm not worried about the authorities.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm a commander with the Alliance. Here's my rank, name, and number, just in case you need to get me in trouble.
I'm Commander Shepard with the Alliance military.
Well, I suppose I could use the help. You'll need this. It's the scanning device I developed. Activate it each time you see a keeper. All collected data will automatically upload to my database. I'll even send a few credits your way for each unique scan.
What are you doing with the data once you've scanned it?
Trying to learn whatever I can about the keepers. We see them working everywhere, yet we know so little about them. I'm a scientist. I want to know what makes them tick.
Okay.
I should get going then.
Yes, I have much work myself. So long, and good luck with the scanning.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to hurt them. It's not like we're installing anything on them. We're just giving them a little scan. Yeah, it's technically illegal, but if it's not hurting anyone, then what's the harm? I think that's Naomi's reaction to a lot of crimes. Just, is it hurting anyone? Ah, you're fine. You're fine. You're right. As long as you're not a murdering psychopath. Then again, sometimes murder can be justified. If it's them or you, then yeah, if it's just some random old lady who wouldn't give you a cookie, no, that's awful. Don't do that. But if it's them or you. Now then, I believe there was one. There are a few in this area. You know what? Let's run. Oh, there goes my timer. That episode went quick.
No, I haven't spoken to him before. This is the first time I've requested.
There we go. You know what? Let's just have a run around, make sure I've got all the keepers.
Like my commander.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get all of the keepers in this area, and then I'll sign off. Oh, one over there.
Maybe. But I wouldn't believe everything you hear.
That's just it. I'm hearing it everywhere. It's not just isolated rumors.
Do you really think Saren could be involved in something like that without the Council knowing it?
Maybe the Council does know. Everyone already assumes he's just doing their dirty work.
That's dangerous talk. I'd be careful who you mention that to.
I know. But if it's true, shouldn't we be doing something about it?
No. And I'll thank you to keep me out of it if you do.
I mean, I think Naomi would get not wanting to be involved in a dangerous situation, but if everyone behaves like that, oh, it's not my problem, therefore why should I get involved? That's how people get hurt. That's how innocent people get hurt. Okay, there we go. Yeah, let's leave off right here. Do we have...
The Asari, the second species to join the Citadel. The Salarians are warm-blooded amphibians with a hyperactive metabolism. Salarians think fast, talk fast, and move fast. To Salarians, other species seem sluggish and dull-witted. Unfortunately, their metabolic speed leaves them with a relatively short lifespan. Salarians over the age of 40 are a rarity. The Salarians were responsible for advancing the development of the primitive Krogan species to use as soldiers during the Rachni Wars. They were also behind the creation of the genophage bioweapon the Turians used to quell the Krogan rebellion several centuries later. Salarians are known for their observational capability and non-linear thinking. This manifests as an aptitude for research and espionage. They are constantly experimenting and inventing, and it is generally accepted that they always know more than they are letting on. Humanity's first contact with an alien race occurred in 2157. At that time, the Alliance allowed survey fleets to activate any dormant mass relays discovered, a practice considered dangerous and irresponsible by Council-aligned races. When a Turian patrol discovered a human fleet attempting to activate a relay, they attacked. One human vessel survived, retreating to the colony of Shanxi. The Turians followed, quickly defeating the local forces. Shanxi was occupied, the first and to date only human world to be conquered by an alien species. The Turians believed the handful of ships they defeated represented the bulk of human defenses, so they were unprepared when the Second Fleet, under Admiral Castany Drescher, launched a strong counteroffensive, evicting them from Shanxi. The Turians mobilized for full-scale war, drawing the attention of the rest of the galaxy. The Council quickly intervened, forcing a truce. Fortunately for humanity, the First Contact War was ended with a diplomatic solution.
Okay. Well, that explains why the Turians wouldn't call it a war. It's because they were humiliated. They thought that this tiny little fleet on this random-ass planet, like, oh yeah, that's the bulk of their forces. We've totally just defeated them, and then... So, like, why can I hear boss music as over the horizon arrives this fleet of just a butt-ton of spaceships or whatever, completely thrashing them, and bearing in mind that the Turians are like the military arm of the Council. That's why they are there, for their military prowess, and these randomers just arrived and kicked their asses. To the point where they were like, okay, we're gonna go to war, and then here come the Asari and the Salarians, who were just like, no, fucking sit down. Stop being a dick, like that. That must have been so humiliating for them. The only reason you are on the Council is because you are strong militarily, and here are these random people, and they have kicked your asses. Oof.
The Systems Alliance is an independent supranational government representing the interests of humanity as a whole. The Alliance is responsible for the governance and defense of all extrasolar colonies and stations. The Alliance grew out of the various national space programs as a matter of practicality. Sol's planets had been explored and exploited through piecemeal national efforts. The expense of colonizing entire new solar systems could not be met by any one country. With humans knowing that alien contact was inevitable, there was enough political will to jointly fund an international effort. Still, the Alliance was often disregarded by those on Earth until the First Contact War. While the national governments dithered and bickered over who should lead the effort to liberate Shanxi, the Alliance fleet struck decisively. Post-war public approval gave the Alliance the credibility to establish its own parliament and become the galactic face of humanity.
Okay. Okay, interesting. Alrighty then, and I'm gonna bring this episode to a close right here. In the next one, we go track down this Garrus person, but until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.